Hey guys, today I'm going to show you the final setup for my train horns. In my last video I showed you how I made the feet and this PVC part right here, and that part functions to hold the spring which pulls the valve back when you pull the line to open it. So it's just a standard ball valve with a metal rod clamped to it to give it more leverage, and I think it's a door spring, I'm not sure, but it's a pretty long extension spring and it's held to that pipe using a little screw. That pipe is secured over the head of the tank, the valve, and I cut some grooves with a Dremel to make it slide right over this part. Clamps down with this bolt, and a hose clamp keeps it from moving backward. I got a new gauge, 0 to 400 psi. It's on 300 right now. And I added a quick connect so I can take the tank out by just doing that instead of undoing the barb fitting. And so how I trigger it is this fishing line which goes up to the driver's seat. It's on this little snap swivel that connects to this hole in the extension arm. And I like this setup because you can control exactly how much air you want to come out as opposed to a solenoid valve. So if I just want to ease it into the blast, I can pull it slowly and it'll sound like a train, I guess, because they do that on real trains. Or if I want it to sound like a truck horn, I can just pull it straight open. So one problem I had with this was it kept sliding around because this is PVC and it's slippery on carpet. So I added little Velcro squares that are adhesive to the bottom, and that keeps it really stiff in there from moving around. And you might wonder why there's this big weird space right here and why it's crooked. Simple answer to that is just because my compressor needs to go right there when I fill it up, and the hose runs right around here, so I need that little bit of space. One last thing I might add to this tank is my smaller CO2 tank. It's a 5-pound CO2 cylinder, and I might add it right about here and just connect it to this tank with a hose, because this tank is about 3 gallons and that tank's about another gallon, so having them together will give me a little bit more air so I could blast them for longer. So we'll take a look in the cab. Fishing line comes up right here, so right by my seat, and I just tied it right down there. So it's really accessible and I can pull it just fine from in here. So here's a little demonstration. Just a quick note on the air usage. Those two blasts, which were one pretty long blast and a short one, used about 30 psi. So generally a short quick pull of the string will use about 5 to 10 psi, and a more decent blast will use about 20 to 30, and a really long one can use between 50 and 100. But with 300 psi to start with, I can get a lot of blast time, so it's pretty good. That's enough for now. It's really loud, so I don't want to piss off the neighbors. Anyway, that's the final setup. Thanks for watching. Hope you liked. Comment with any questions, anything like that, and that's it. Bye bye.